One more time. Welcome back. This is going to be part 3 of the garden tour. And I promise this is it. At least until I do that part about the trellising for the bramble fruits, the raspberries and the boysenberries. Don't know how long it's going to take for that to happen. It'll probably be next year. You never know, but we'll get there. I have the lumber. I have the materials I need for what I want to do. So we're cool on that. Yep. So enjoy this part, and I will see you hopefully not too long to see about the wonderful, I'm sure, well made and square wooden framework for my bramble fruit trellis. Hopefully it won't take too long because I've got to get something going. These poor little berries are growing out of their space. I need to get them off the ground. All right. Have a great one. All right, here's our other Vitex negunda, and here's another Japanese beetle going to die. Oops. You cannot escape. Ick. Japanese beetle guts. And there's another one. Oops. Oh well, I'll catch you next time. And I've got a wild rose growing up in there that I keep weed whacking down, and it keeps coming back. So I'm just kind of embracing it. And then I believe this is an elm seedling coming up in the middle of this. I think. I keep looking at my tree identifying book, and it's always one of those things where it's like you know exactly what it is until you come back out and it's like that's not what it looked like. Okay, so elderberry with some wind. Elderberry with some flowers starting, so we'll see if we can get some actual elderberries. That's the catch-all bed with yarrow and some of the golden marguerites. Oh, let's see if I'm not seeing any action from that crepe myrtle that I planted. There's a little crepe myrtle in here that I planted many years ago. It's one of the ones with the really dark leaves and the really, what is it called? Red magic or black magic or something like that. And it grew and then didn't do well that winter, and I gave up hope. And then 2 years later, I was going out here looking at the other stuff, and there was this crepe myrtle growing up. And I was like, okay. And then came back, winter time, didn't come back. So it's come and gone several years now. So we'll see. Obviously need to weed whack around here. So this is chicory, for those of you who don't have chicory. It's actually a very pretty plant. So what happens with chicory is one of these flowers lasts for one day and then it falls off and more. So until it decides it wants to die, wither up and die, it will put out new flowers every day. And the pollinators do like them. So that's why I'm not so hot and heavy about weed whacking and getting rid of them. All right, so here's our bed with onions, and then the eggplants that I planted that are looking much happier now. This looks like a chicory seedling. Get you out of here. And grass seedling. So I come through here so often, and the leaves that aren't looking too great, especially the ones at the very bottom, I'll go ahead and pull up. Having mulch down of some kind helps with the weeding because it doesn't allow the weeds to get too big of a foothold. But that new straw with the wheat coming out, that's gonna chap my butt. believe that thing is a catmint, I want to say, or maybe not. Okay, I had labels for all these things. What the heck happened? I think the neighborhood kids come and steal my labels, or I just forget to plant them. Here's some more golden marguerite with another apple tree seedling right here that I need to get some spray on because it looks like it's not happy here. I probably shouldn't have left the golden marguerite grow so well, but I really didn't think it was going to get that tall. It never has before. Here is some, the white stuff is buckwheat, and it's self-seeded. Oh look, and there's a volunteer tomato. Cool. And then I've got some other plants in here, including weeds. Big old dandelion. And this is salvia, which is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blue. I would pay $1 million if my eye color would be that blue, or purpley, I guess. Another elderberry. Here is one of our shade cloth beds, and look, we've got broccoli. So yeah. Oh, and we also have cabbage. So I have already harvested. As you can see, this end of the bed doesn't have as much brassica stuff as this end. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting it off, the plant off at the ground, leaving the roots behind. And it looks like I need to get out and get this one out because it looks like it's trying to bolt. Which they do. And then these guys, these are, where's my, but yeah, so I've got, looks like 3 more cabbages. This is a variety called Katrina. They actually stay small, so they're basically the size of my fist or a little bit larger, which for me is just perfect. Basically, I'm trying to find, because me and brassicas seem to have a love-hate relationship. I love eating them and I love growing them, but they don't like growing where I live. Those are Black Prince snapdragons that came back, some more borage that's self-seeded, onions. We've got sweet peas growing up this little trellis, and I keep going over here going, oh look, my sweet peas are blooming, but no, this is honeywort. And it's supposed to have a really good smell. Not so as you notice. And supposedly the bees love it, but I'm not seeing anything over here. So, but honeywort is actually related to, it's a brassica. It's in the brassica family. And I'm sitting here looking at it going, why is the honeywort doing so well? And then I have such a problem growing other stuff. So, and we'll see if the sweet peas, well, the sweet peas look like they're trying to put out little flowers. So we'll give them a little while longer before I rip them out and put something else in. All right, the old asparagus bed with basically another catch-all. That's a self-seeded borage. There's some daylilies there in the corner, some zinnias, some cosmos. That is a Dame's rocket that I grew from seed. Weeds, some strawberries, more calendula in there. Mint bed with teeny tiny amount of lemon balm in it. Yeah, I need to remember to zoom out every once in a while. A Lone Stranger gladiola that keeps coming back even though I don't dig it up for winter. And then here is, these are my cucumbers, Diva cucumbers. Which, do we have any cucumbers yet? Come on, man, I want cucumbers. They're expensive in the grocery store. I do need to go through and nip off the not so great looking leaves. But I think these guys are doing better. I need to tie this guy up. He's trying to escape. He, she, whatever. Ooh, got little baby cucumbers on her though. Let's do that. Keep her out of the way of the weed whacker anyway. And this is the sweet pepper bed. So this is a variety. Oh, look, they're getting bigger, yay. This is a variety that looks like a jalapeno, but it's a variety called Felicity. That looks like a jalapeno, but tastes like a sweet pepper, bell pepper. And just one of my favorites, usually very productive. And while peppers do enjoy hot weather, they don't enjoy a lot of sun. So it's underneath another one of the shade cloths. Now Felicity is one of the taller ones, and probably if I do it here again, I will my neighbor's dog Penny is looking at my cats, I guess, or hears me and doesn't see me. So next year I will probably pinch off the top growth when it first gets started and see if I'll keep it a little bit smaller. But you know, they seem to be doing fine. These three right here are the Ashe County pimento peppers, and you can see there's some peppers growing. These are my favorite. I absolutely love to make pimento cheese, and when they actually ripen, I'll show you kind of how I process these peppers so I can get them ready to make pimento cheese. And again, with the weed seeds. All right, TSC. And look, look, look. I got actual onions. Actual real onions. So these are, I planted them kind of following Charles Dowding's multi-sow. So like these two are together, and this is a single. And when I go through here, and I'll probably have to pull this straw away from it so it doesn't get too wet and rot. Are you rotted? Nope. Okay. But I mean, those guys two together are bigger than the single, so don't know what's up with that. So Felicity peppers that are look like a jalapeno, taste like a sweet bell pepper. Penny, go home. Go. Get home. All right, and the pimento peppers. And these are, you keep wanting to escape. These are, people like to call them cantaloupes, but they're actually muskmelons. So when you see in the grocery store, for cantaloupes and all that kind of stuff, you're not actually eating cantaloupes. You're probably eating muskmelons. Cantaloupes are a thing in France mostly. Got more leeks growing down the center. More onions on the side. Except they're not bulbing up. Oh, are they? Are they? All right, let's get you out of the way. We're starting to. Okay, I need to get the straw away from you so you don't rot. And these are a bell pepper variety called Chablis. They start out, do we have any? Yeah. So they start off kind of this chartreusey green, and then when they mature, they become this really brilliant kind of wine color, which I like. And then the fourth variety, this is a variety called Pizza. It's also like a jalapeno, shaped like a jalapeno, but it does have a little bit of kick to it. but not much. And it's also, I like eating that one. Da, da, da. So, more tomatoes. You know, again, this end of the bed doing much better than this end. Don't know why. So, we'll see what's going on. I mean, these guys, it's weird. Weird. And it's starting to rain. Are we almost done? Pretty much. We've got the herb bed with that's the phenomenal lavender that I grew from cutting last year. And it's slowly but surely getting larger. Volunteer dill, Greek oregano, bee balm, thyme, some sage that's flowering again, black-eyed Susans that I think are enjoying the rainy weather. Here's my drift rose that's got another flush of roses on them. I went through and did a deadheading after the last video, I believe. Cosmos. So this is a malva. So this plant and walking. And this plant are supposed to be the same darn thing. So what's up with that? You're cute. Nice. My other dahlia over here. So I've got dahlias spread far and wide. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to possibly dig up and save the tubers from half of them, and then let the other half mulch on top of them after they die back, and then see if they come back. Gotta come through here and do some weeding, because of all the crops that I grow, the weeds are just the healthiest things. Dang. Okay, yep. Rain rejuvenates everything, not just the stuff you plant intentionally. Ooh. Ooh. Again, come back when I have two hands free. So, more borage with more bees. Nasturtium, that's a gleam nasturtium. Supposedly. Another 4 o'clock. I got a lot of yellow 4 o'clocks. Bees, borage. There's the, not the purple tiger, this is the stiletto rose that it looks like Japanese beetles have been all over it, but I really haven't found Japanese beetles on it yet. Around it, yes. On it, no. So, probably what I'll do when this borage gets too warm or something like that, I think probably what I'll do is I'll cut back the borage and give this guy a little room to groove. And then here's the comfrey that I cut way back after it finished flowering. And it's already growing back. So yeah, so comfrey is something even anyone should have in their garden because it's good for making mulch. It's good for making compost teas. There's a lot of information online, especially on YouTube, about doing stuff with comfrey. I'm not going to show you where the bramble fruit are because I haven't finished that trellis system yet. So I'll do the big reveal once that's done. And ye old compost post with several volunteer tomatoes in it. If it goes as planned, as it always does, the tomato plants in the compost will be healthier and tastier than the stuff I grew intentionally. So there's always that. All right, so yay. Well, except for having to do a lot of weeding and weed whacking again, I'm happy to see the White clover is starting to flower, so the bees have something to munch on. But yay! Summer solstice progress report. Oh wait, I just saw. Yay! Oh yay! So this is a dahlia that I got tubers from. This is one called Creme de Cassis. Cassis. It's very pretty. I have to cut back some of these tomato leaves to give it a little bit more room. But yay! It's just really pretty. All right. So I will verify that. Ooh, look, morning glory seedling. Where did you come from? I don't even have morning glories around here. Not intentionally, anyway. All right. So yay! Yay, tomatoes! There are times I really wish I could speed up harvest time, but it's also fun to come out and see the progress. One last thing, I know this video is probably going on 3 hours long, but this is the bed with I call this the purple bed, because we have the creeping thyme that has the lavender color flowers, and then we have the big, huge, phenomenal lavender with bees all over it. Gorgeous. So I'll have to get out here and start harvesting. Usually what I'll do with the lavenders is I will harvest like half of the lavender, especially on the phenomenal here since they have so many, and then I'll let half of them go so the bees have something to nosh on. So yay. And then little itty bitty comfrey here that I need to transport. All right, why do you cats like to come into my... Do you not have enough spaces in your own household? Herbal bed with the Greek oregano that's going to flower. Bees like it. Chives are still flowering. Got a new one here. I come out and deadhead every so often. The marjoram here is also going to flower. Thyme. There's the cilantro that I planted here that's going to flower. But I let it go to flower because you never know, you might get some volunteers next year. Bees like the flowers too. All right, I swear that's it. Bye.